On today's episode of The Intangibles, we'll be kicking things off as always with the play of the game. At 9 minutes and 27 seconds, we'll try our hand at casting a professional match of Overwatch. And finally, at 38 minutes and 17 seconds, we'll break down how we did. Hello and welcome to my den office area. We're coming at you live with another episode of The Intangibles. It's me, Kenny.
And it is I, Matt.
And we've got a very special episode for you today.
Yeah.
Not just because we're in the same room.
It's a Thanksgiving special. So we're going to focus all on turkey-related games today.
Yeah. In what way would you say?
In no way at all, actually. But it is around Thanksgiving, and that's why we're together. So
Yeah. It's special because we're in the same room. Special because Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Special because today we're going to be fulfilling a promise that I don't even think is out on Spotify yet. So when we first started this show, we recorded a bunch of episodes up front because it was like, can we do this consistently? One. And then two, have a nice little backup, some shows in the can already. And one of them, which I do not think is out as of time of recording, we did an episode where we were talking about esports casting in general. So that has not hit the airwaves, I don't believe. And in that episode, we talked about how it might be fun to do an episode where we watch something and tried commenting on it.
yeah, tried to prove to everybody, I guess, how difficult it is.
Yeah, not to show up casters, because that's not going to happen.
Yeah, to further our appreciation for what they do.
Yeah. So that, I think, is what today is going to be. So we're going to do play the game, as usual. We're going to go ahead and do a cast of a single map from Overwatch Contenders, and then we're going to talk about what was the experience like.
And we're really excited about it.
Yeah. Thrilled about it, in fact. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into the play of the game.
Poke chat, poke chat, poke chat, poke chat.
All right.
What do you got for me today?
So this is a very, very recent thing that happened, and it's a little tangible, but I'm still going to do it because I think he deserves it. I'm going to give the play of the game to Ted, our brother-in-law, Ted. We were playing Trivial Pursuit yesterday, and from the couch, he lobbed up some answers. I think it was like 3 or 4 questions in a row that he was solely responsible for. And Ted is a notorious Trivial Pursuit hater. He does not enjoy the experience of playing Trivial Pursuit. So I want to give it to Ted for his contributions to our eventual victory.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
That's very good. I think the intangible part of that is just participating in a game that you're not especially excited about.
Yeah.
We had an episode already about trivia games in general, and this is something I don't understand why people who dislike Trivial Pursuit, it's like, if you're in a room where Trivial Pursuit is happening, you are playing the game. Doesn't matter if you're officially on a team or not. Everybody participates. Mm-hmm. You cannot stop yourself. When you think you might know the answer or have a hunch, everybody participates. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I mean, even when you start a game and people are like, oh, no, I'm not going to play, you still get that commentary from them, that contribution. And sometimes it gets frustrating if you don't want the
It's very frustrating. I don't want to play, but I will give a free answer to this team that I am not a part of.
Right, yeah.
That's the Sandy special for sure. Both our parents, really. Sometimes they play officially, mm-hmm. Sometimes they do not. They basically always participate the same amount, regardless whether or not they are on a team.
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah, shout-outs to Ted, though, for not only participating, but giving a bunch of correct answers.
That's right, contributing heavily to the victory.
If you wanted to nominate someone for the intangible play of the game, it would be going with the instinct to take Ted's answers.
Yeah, that is true.
And you were the answer giver, so maybe it would
really,
be you.
I'm the play of the game. Yep, you're right. I win again.
I like the running gag of just nominating yourself every time, no matter what. So my nominee for play of the game, which is something that I was thinking about for today's feature match that we're going to be commenting on. There was a great thing Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff here. I want to start with a recommendation. One of the first YouTube channels that I actually started following was called the Shoutcast, which is a British gaming YouTube channel. Started with just two friends basically putting up videos and has now grown to a big company, tons of streamers. And it's so big now that they recently put out this is their second one they've done. It's called the Subpar Rocket League Shoutcast Tournament. And they have 5 different teams of 3 people in a tournament. And they have a group stage and then a playoff stage that they do. And they have some people from the Shoutcast doing commentary on it.
Gotcha. And
they have an overlay. It's even though it's a little scuffed, it's kind of professionally done. And there's a bunch of people I could give the intangible play of the game to, because I think just putting up a not professional, but like people who are taking the game seriously and playing each other and doing it up in an esports way is very fun to me. I like watching people who take the game seriously but aren't pros necessarily. Mm-hmm. That's really fun. But I'm going to give it to the team that I was backing, the Chocolate Boys, Hat Films, which is another channel that I follow. Hilarious, another recommendation for you to follow, listening at home. But the intangible play of the game I want to give to them is that they give fun names to all kinds of different concepts. So they give their own vocabulary to everything in the game. So they talk about, and I've incorporated some of this, like the mixer, which is when you're playing Rocket League and you put the ball near the net, it's in that zone where it could be scored. Sure. That's the mixer. Mm-hmm. They also have the washing machine, which is when you're cycling the ball around from the goal, don't quite get it, you cycle it back out, you cycle it back in. Gotcha. All 3 players are kind of rotating around. That's the washing machine.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, it's very fun from a streaming side of things, but it's also, it makes the team, I think, just more cohesive in general when you have your own vocabulary that you and your teammates use.
Exactly what you're saying, yeah.
So I would recommend that and give that the intangible play of the game.
Yeah, I can see that tournament being a lot of fun to watch. So it's all a bunch of different streamers who are competing with each other?
Yeah, all working for the same YouTube channel. They'll have their own like individual channels under the same network.
Gotcha. So you can watch their overlay of their broadcast of this. You can probably watch the individual streamers' casts of it.
So the one I watched was on Hat Films, and this is how I would recommend watching it. It's their like highlight stream of the total stream, which was like, the full stream was like 6 hours or something.
Sure.
They trim it down to 3, but you can kind of skip around and just watch the matches if you want to skip over the commentators. Also want to give a shout out to the dudes who were casting, who were also just Shoutcast dudes. They were actually better than some legit esports casters that I've watched. Like, knowledgeable about the game as far as the level that they're commenting on, but also just fun and engaging. Granted, I watched a highlight reel, so I was probably seeing the best of what they were doing.
Sure.
But still, would recommend.
Sounds awesome.
All right. We'll leave it to our audience to decide if it's Ted or the Chocolate Boys who get...
Just on name alone, the Chocolate Boys probably get it.
Yeah, that's probably true. I do love that name. Okay, so we are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to jump into our commentary of some Overwatch contenders. Get ready.
After this.
Hello, it's me, Corbin. Why should you listen to Dames and Dragons D&D Actual Play podcast found on iTunes, Google Play, and more, you ask? Because, my friend, if you're a crow living in a giant featherless body, and who isn't, you will adore this show! It's relatable, it's funny, it's full of crows, mainly one, who is me. It's original, it's fast-paced, it's worms, it's corn chips. I'm hungry. Be sure to listen to Dames and Dragons while I get a snack.
Today, we're going to be casting an Overwatch Contenders match. If you want to watch along, we're going to be watching the YouTube video Contenders Europe, S3 October, Grand Finals, Falcons Esports versus Shoes Money Crew, and we'll be starting at 6 minutes and 6 seconds. We're starting the game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody, to our Contenders Europe Season 3 October Grand Finals. I am your caster, Matt Webb, along with my co-caster, Kenny Webb, and today we're going to watch the Falcons versus Shoes Money Crew.
It's great to be here, Matt.
It's great to be here, Kenny. I'm so excited. All right, and we're off. We're starting today on Nepal. I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. And
we get Junkrat right off the bat with Lethal.
Got Lethal dumping in bombs. Right now we've got a bit of a mirror matchup as far as the tank and support lines are concerned. Both teams are running Symmetra. The main difference here is Psycho on May versus Danit on Symmetra.
We've got Lethal just spamming out the damage, and Shoe's Money Crew is just laying waste.
Yeah, absolutely taking this first fight. There should not be a problem for them to capture this point and start taking some percentage.
It's bad news when both teams are running Symmetra. You want to be the first on the point.
Absolutely. Looks like the Twirls on Diva for Shoe's Money Crew has been having a little bit more success out there, about double the ult percentage over Alex2704 for Falcons.
That's a great username.
The Falcons are regrouping now, coming in to take a fight. I think they're going to look here to just build up ults, maybe use that Ant Matrix, and yep, there it goes. Extrath drops the Ant Matrix.
They're sticking with the Symmetra, which I don't love, and yet they're still finding success.
Able to use that Ant Matrix, double up that damage, and get some kills. Looks like they're going to win this fight, but how long can Shoe's Money Crew hold on to this point?
I don't think very long, Matt.
It's looking bad for them. Yep, it looks like the Falcons are going to take it.
That's a boop. Probably the play of the game right there.
All right, Shoe's Money Crew took a quick 35%, which is a good start, but they're going to have to retake the point.
So far, this has seemed like a tale of two divas. We've got Alex against Twirls, and in both matchups so far, in both of the big fights, they have been the ones dictating the pace.
What do you think? You think Shoe's Money Crew comes in and drops the Ant Matrix? There it is! They drop it! All right.
This is absolute nonsense what's happening on the screen right now.
Good Immortality Field kept everybody up for Falcons. All right, we're getting some kind of even kills here, but I think the Falcons are going to sweep
Falcons
this
are
fight.
holding on strong. Taking out those turrets.
All right. Oh, another boop there. That might be the replacement play of the game.
That's two boops.
All right.
Granted,
Falcons.
it's with the mech and the baby diva, but probably is going to be the tiebreaker on play of the game.
Absolutely. Falcons still retain the point, and they are building additional percentage here.
Shoes has the definite ult economy advantage. They're sending in the tire right now.
Tire's out, as is the Symmetra wall.
Lethal, not quite as lethal as his name, as Lolish takes out the bomb.
All right, looks like Hades and Twirls, though, are on the point doing work, trying to get these kills.
Oh, a big smash.
Oh, but we've got Extrath on the corner with the Ant Matrix.
He takes out the teleporter pad. That's incredible. There's no way they recover from this.
Somehow, amongst all this madness, Falcons still retain the point. They're building up to 70% right now. This is looking bad for Shoe's Money Crew.
I have to say, watching Lethal, it's been a little depressing just spamming the bombs, but he finds a little back alley. Oh my god, he gets out though. He found a little corner, but he managed to escape.
Uses the mine to launch himself out. Oh, here comes Hades across the point.
Pinned off the point. This is like watching my own games.
Takes Psycho out and himself along with it, but I think it was worth it. It looks like Shoe's Money Crew's going to take this one.
That's a trade that they absolutely will accept, Matt.
Oh my goodness, all right. It looks like they just need a little cleanup here. And then
Another
Shoe's
Ant
Money
Matrix
Crew's
ready to go.
got the point. So let's take a quick look at ult economy here. You're right, we've got an Ant Matrix ready for Shoe's Money Crew. Nothing loaded up right now for Falcons, so they're going to need to build some quick ults to try to take this back.
They do manage to flip the point, but 97% for Falcons Esports. They're looking for a quick flip and to just close this map out.
They're not really close to anything. The May is the closest ult they've got, so we're hoping Psycho can build something up here, drop that cryo out, and move on from there.
And really freeze him up.
Junkrat still dumping in bombs from a long ways away. No idea where they're going.
He looks like me playing Junkrat. He
Symmetra
literally
drops
is
the
just throwing out
teleporter.
bombs.
Oh,
The
Rip
Riptire!
Oh my gosh!
New
I think
play of the
that's-
game, absolutely.
That's going to seal this fight for Shoe's Money Crew. Now they're pressing forward,
That
pushing
was
them
pretty
back to
clutch.
spawn.
They absolutely needed that fight to have any chance of winning this. But now Falcons Esports is going to have the ult economy.
He just climbs that tire right over the May wall, dumps it in their faces.
I want to see a good Seiko ult here on the Blizzard.
I think that's where that's where the magic's going to happen. They're going to need a good Blizzard from
They
Psycho.
take a big teleport in. This is going to be the play to try to win the game.
Shoe's Money Crew at 94%. They've got to make something happen now.
Is Twals trolling right now? Flying around.
All right, they get the touch. They're on point. The Blizzard is out, freezing up nobody.
It does flip the point, though.
That's right, it does push that off.
And
oh
they,
my god, and
they
C9!
C9. Oh my god, the C9.
How could you start a Grand Finals without a C9? Gotta love it.
Incredible.
And the Falcons take first point on Nepal. Well, that was a close one. I think it was very back and forth. Really came down to, I don't know exactly what.
I think it came down to just that ult economy. They had so much of the point going into it. Seiko, they took a great teleporter pad in from Graythan on the Symmetra, got a good flank, took the point, and there's just no way that Shoes Money Crew could contest.
Yep. Didn't even get any freezes, but they used it to a great displacement ability, got them off the point, took the point, and that was end of game. Here we go, on to point 2.
This meta has really seemed like a lot about zoning right now.
Looks like we're coming out with very similar comps to last round, except Danid is now on the Doomfist.
Do you think that could be the difference maker here?
Well, he'll have to have some high-level play. Looks like Falcons get to the point first. They've got good point presence, but here comes Shoes Money Crew walking on. Oh, and they isolate Lulz, or Hades on Ryan, but he gets the Immortality Field down. Keep him up.
Lethal and Symmetra has the turrets up and available.
And
Graythan doing work as well, but it's taken out by Twirls.
Gets beamed down by a high-energy Symmetra. It's still a messy fight on point, though.
Very back and forth. This could be anybody's point right now.
Falcons still seems to have the presence, and they're getting the kills. I think they're going to take
Big flame strike.
All right, it looks like Shoes Money Crew's backing off. There goes Twirls, back to get some heals.
Falcons has been very dominant on the point so far.
Alex had some fantastic diva play there, almost up to an ultimate already. Lulzis as well. It looks like the Falcons are going to have the advantage in ult economy starting in this next fight.
I think at the end of the day, Matt, it might come down to who plays a better diva, Twirls or Alex.
Yeah, and definitely on this map, Alex is winning that fight. So we got a lot of ultimates to work with here on the Falcons side. They've got Shatter, they've got Amp Matrix, they're going to have Beat from Lucio, and they're going to have the Diva Bomb.
We get double Amp Matrices coming down right now.
Everybody wants to get out of that alley.
Playing behind the pillar. Smart play here from Lullish.
Yep, Lulz is just looking for an opportunity to potentially use this Shatter when they try to enter point.
Waiting for the shields to come down. We get a wall.
Okay, there's a Symmetra. Okay, Symmetra's teleporting
Good
across
reposition
the point.
there from Lethal.
But now she's not very effective from that angle. She can't really do anything. No one's really seeing her. And
Another
it looks like
Shatter.
the Falcons are still getting all the kills.
Double Shatters available, but Shoes Money Crew Hades is already down.
So that was a really good fight from Falcons. They cycled through some of their ults, and then they built up their Mei and their Symmetra ults as well. So they still have 3 ults coming into this fight. They're going to be able to match up with Shoes Money Crew really well.
And at 61% already, this game's looking done to me.
Yeah, I mean, Shoes Money Crew's going to have to get in there and take a good fight with lesser resources, and it's going to be tough.
Watching that replay makes me sick to my stomach. Lullish getting a completely random pick onto Danid with the pin.
Gotta love it.
I absolutely do not, Matt.
All right, here comes Shoes Money Crew coming around the outside. Oh, they get collapsed on. A big Mei wall trying to separate them, but they can still stay together.
Getting beamed down by Graythan.
All right, got Danid using his Missile Strike just to get out.
The Blizzard, once again, maybe the difference maker from Seiko.
Hades with a big Shatter, but the Immortality Field comes out to keep everybody up.
Twirls throws out the bomb and actually gets a pick on Lullish.
Twirls gets the main tank out. This could be a win for
DMX
Shoes
Alex.
Money Crew.
This is incredible, Matt.
And they pull out the Reaper to really just get in their faces and try to get some kills.
Lethal is an absolute Chad, playing nothing but Junkrat and Reaper.
So Falcons are still contesting this point, though, and they're at 99%. This is looking terrible for Shoes Money Crew.
It looks like it's pretty much over at this point.
Oh my god, and here comes Lulzis with the big Shatter. Gets Danid.
Gigantic. These flame strikes are ridiculous.
Oh, Psycho with the headshot. I think this is all but over.
I can't believe that didn't pin their entire team. They C9 themselves again, and once again, Falcons takes the point, and they take the first map.
Incredibly one-sided. The Falcons are looking good right now. I don't know if Shoes Bunny's crew brought it today, Kenny.
They look like absolute babies out there, Matt.
It's like you put a bunch of Lucios on one team, they can't do anything.
We're going to take a quick break. After this, we may or may not go to map 2. Our shoutcast of Game 2 of Falcons Esports versus Shoes Money Crew. YouTube timestamp 20 minutes and 28 seconds begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're on to map 2. We've got Eichenwald. Falcons Esports is going to be on the attack first. Kenny, what do you think we can expect out of Falcons on this attack?
I think you can expect a lot more just straight-up attack. We've got, on the offense, at least from the get-go, we've got Graythan on Reaper, we've got Psycho on Doomfist. They're looking to push the attack to Shoes Money Crew to keep the pressure on.
I think they're going to utilize that Lucio speed boost to try to get in their face, get some damage right on top of them, try to rush them a bit.
The fight is happening right on the point. There's an Immortality Field, but it amounts to nothing for Shoes Money Crew.
Both teams now, Immortality Field's gone. They're fighting on the point. Falcons Esports gets the first kills, but Lethal goes ahead and evens it out. Wow, this is a really, really even match so far. Graythan just getting supported out of his mind and blowing people up in the face with those Reaper shotguns.
Falcons Esports just runs over Shoes Money Crew.
Yeah, I think this looks like they're going to take the point nice and quick. Still getting some cleanup kills, but I don't see any way, and there it is. Point's been taken. Falcons Esports have got the payload rolling.
An absolute mirror right there, and as we should expect, there is some adjustment from Shoes Money Crew. They go from Reaper, who is a mindless damage dealer with no escapability, and they go to Junkrat, who is a mindless damage dealer who has no escapability at all.
It's almost like they're doing the same thing a different way. All right, so we got Shoes Money Crew hanging out on top of the castle here, trying to rain down damage. Oh, and Graythen's coming up the back, forces Junkrat out of position.
Junkrat's verticality cannot be underestimated, though.
He does have those mines and launches himself into strange positions. But Alex2704 on Diva gets him and takes him out of the match. Oh my gosh, and
launches
Dana
himself
gets pushed
straight to
off the
death.
side.
And speaking of launching yourself straight to death, can Dana get out of this?
He actually does it. He's able to utilize his cooldowns and get back from the edge of the map. That was amazing.
Doomfist is an absolute piece of shit. And he gets the punch kill with his weak hand on Exaraf.
Here comes Psycho in with the... Oh my gosh.
Psycho is going absolutely psycho mode right now.
One of the things you hate to see in the game, Alex2704 gets a remech kill. That is just not fair, embarrassing. It's a bullcrap mechanic and no one likes it.
We all hate it.
Get rid of it, Blizzard. Alright, looks like Falcons Esports is still rolling with this payload. Still getting the cleanup kills. Lulzish is pushing the payload, just riding it up front with his shield.
He's getting that objective time. One of the best stats in the game
No
from
doubt.
an intangible perspective.
He will have the gold medal, and he will let you know over comms at the end of the match. Alright, they're still pushing easy over the bridge. You gotta watch out for Lucio Boops while crossing here.
Granite looking for the flank. Launches the ult.
He wants
the Death Lotus.
Oh my gosh. Slate gets the immortality field out, but it lasts about half a second under that assault. And it looks like Falcons are just going to drive this straight home. Getting cleanup kills. Reinhardt goes across the map to try to get
another
a
pin kill. This is insulting at this point.
And they bring it into point.
Psycho staying psycho mode. Lethal does get the counter kill on Lolish, but they get to the point.
Shoes Money Crew just has not had any response so far. I mean, they've got over 5 minutes left to try to run this all the way in and get that third point. I don't see any way that Shoes takes this without changing some things about their play.
I'm really upset that they haven't made any adjustments to their team composition at this point.
Yeah, they're still running Junkrat. He's got a tire built up, but how is he going to use it? How is he going to get around that immortality field?
What do you see as the big problem that Shoes is having right now? What do they need to answer?
You know, I think the tank line for Falcons Esports is kind of gone unchecked. The Reinhardt and the Diva have been just pushing forward, taking space, and they haven't been able to take them out of the game. So it seems like their tank line is just running over Shoes right now, and yeah, they're going to have to figure out a way to take them out of the game.
Maybe they need another tank shred. They've been running the Reaper and the Junkrat from Shoes Money Crew to try to get through these shields and get through these tanks, but I don't think Doomfist is the answer for him.
This is the hardest corner, I think, on this map to get around. You know, you're right at the end here. You've got a pretty long spawn for the attacking team. The defenders obviously have the very short spawn now. You have to win a fight decisively to get past this.
Dana looking to close them out, though. We've got Alex with a Diva Bomb creating space. This game has been all about space.
Lethal's dropping the Junkrat tire in now, trying to buy some time. Oh my gosh, and it gets taken out by
Hides in
Dala.
the corner, and Dala just destroys it.
Oh, and Graythen in the corner dropping the ult to secure an extra kill. I think they're going to push this home right now.
Shoes Money Crew shows a moment's hesitation, and Falcon Esports takes advantage of it.
Oh, the two Ryans charge into each other comically and both fall to the ground.
Really embarrassing, Matt.
All right, Graythen's still getting kills in the back line. Oh, and no one's going to touch the point. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Shoes Money Crew makes it on, but they're having a tough time here. Diva's trying to hold it down.
Dana storing up those charges.
Okay, it looks like they might be pushing him back here. Watery gets a kill on Psycho.
They
12
may
takes
stabilize.
out Alex. All right,
Incredible.
looks like Falcons Esports is going to regroup back at the main entrance to the castle here.
They're going to push that point back to that deadly area that you were talking about earlier, the best defensible point.
Yeah, you really have to win 2 fights decisively to kind of get this map closed out. You got to win to get around the corner. You got to push that whole time. You got to win again at their gates with the short spawns. It's really, really tough. That's why no one likes these maps.
Absolutely not. SMC at SMC Mega. Name a player with a more accurate name than Lethal. Contenders 2021. Hard to argue after that hold, Matt.
Very hard to argue. All right, looks like Falcons Esports is trying to take the high ground approach this time. They're going to try to drop some damage down. Oh, and Lulzish just drops immediately. What's he trying to do? He's built up an ultimate here. You know he's going to drop that shatter.
We've got a 2-front fight going on.
He drops it immediately, takes no one down, but I think the fear was good enough. They're pushing the payload now, and they're getting kills.
Falcons is so good at creating space.
Graythan just shotguns into D.Va. I mean, Graythan's going to win that fight every time, I think.
Big
And there
Lucio
goes the mech. And they push it in with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. That's a lot of time, and Choose Money Crew's got their work cut out for them.
They definitely do, man. It feels like every time it comes down to the wire and it feels like it's close, and then Falcons finds a way to create space for themselves and take the point.
I do like that they approached it differently. You know, they came in, they lost a fight going main. They decided, all right, let's regroup, let's go around up top, let's see if we can approach from a different angle, catch them by surprise, and it worked. They were able to take that and run it all the way through with lots of time left on the clock.
Grouping up as a death ball is a fine strategy for solo queue play, but you have to vary it up when it comes to pro play. I like the Falcons doing that two-prong attack.
They just seem to have more thought into their plays right now, and Choose Money Crew, again, they're going to have to change something to make this turn into a victory for them.
They're just playing catch-up, and I don't see them doing anything differently.
And this will be interesting. So we've got Slay showing the Moira on attack so far. We'll see if they stick on it when the gates open, but that would be a change up from their healing line on defense here. And maybe that'll be the difference maker. Maybe that extra bulk healing that Moira offers will keep their tank line up and help them win some of these fights.
Potentially true, but that just doesn't seem like enough to me right now. At best, they're just looking to tie this one.
And you have to keep in mind, too, now they don't have the BAP, they don't have an Immortality Field, which is going to be a very difficult thing to account for when Falcons does have that ability to, win fights just on keeping people up.
Lethal locks in the Reaper. This is so stupid.
I mean, Choose Money Crew is giving you the traditional kind of death ball comp, right? Moira Lucio on support, so you've got the speed and you've got the big healing.
Huge healing output, definitely.
You got the Reaper and the Reinhardt there to just get in your face and do damage. We'll see if they can cross this gap and get some kills. The Immortality Field comes out for Falcons very quickly.
Big cooldown going down right away.
All right, looks like Choose Money Crew is just still at the gates, kind of biding their time. Lethal gets a kill on Molzis, though. Psycho immediately evens it out.
Psycho immediately gets counter-killed by Twals, though.
So right now, Choose Money Crew has a one-player advantage. Let's see if they can hold on to this, get another kill, roll this fight into a team win.
Just like the first map here, it's very even right away.
It looks like Choose is going to be able to take this unless Falcons can get back on the point as a team.
I think they just have to pull back here.
Here comes Alex. Oh my gosh, they're coming back on, though. The whole team's back.
This is absolutely all over the place.
They speed
very
in.
sloppy play.
They're trying to get some kills.
Psycho just tried to hard carry.
It might be working. Graythan gets a kill on Danid.
He's so close to an ult, though.
Slay pops that Coalescence, but a little bit late. Could not save Danid. And it looks like Shoes might have to back out of this right now.
Shoes Money Crew using the Lucio ult, investing it.
Oh my gosh, and they get C9. They take it.
That's
Shoes Money
worth
Crew
it.
able to finish off taking this first point while Falcons was off fighting them in another room.
Shoes Money Crew pulls a Falcon Esports on Falcon Esports, creating some space and taking the point while they're just twiddling their thumbs.
Graythan comes in with another good ult, secures a kill, takes D.Va out of her mech, and it looks like Falcons
What is the point of all this ult economy being wasted?
Alex uses their bomb here after a fight was won. Not sure if that was a wise decision or not, but you know what? They get to stay here as a group, and they get to keep pushing them into their spawn. So.
This is really weird to me. I hate this for Falcon Esports. Depositing ults for no reason.
They have the Rhine Shatter, and he pops it right away.
And he uses it. What is happening right now?
Doesn't take anyone down. You've got Lethal dropping their ult, dropping the Reaper ult.
It is the Reaper ult that is used right there.
All right, Choose Money Crew able to take this now. Falcons is going to have to reset. They're going to have to pick a new place to defend from.
I think a little bit of overconfidence there from Falcon Esports.
Definitely, and it looks like Lethal is hiding out on top of the in-between castle here. He's going to sneak a little bit of damage in.
But he's spotted out.
Immediately drops down. It looks like Falcons are going to take the high ground to start. And
Good
here they come,
scouting.
dropping straight to point. Ant Matrix dropped in front.
Dan's behind them, though.
Dan getting out with the missile strike. He's going to drop it right in the middle of the team. Falcons Esports uses their beat. Beat has now worn out. They have no defensive ults currently.
Psycho goes behind enemy lines.
Alex able to secure a kill on Danid. That's huge.
Psycho goes right down afterwards, though.
Okay, Twills evens it out. Oh, Alex still taking out the other damage dealer in Lethal. Oh my god, huge shatter.
A gigantic
Got three
shatter.
down. He tries to pin. He misses the pin, but they should be able to get this BAP. BAP is dead. D.Va takes him out. Twirl is just doing work right now, chasing down the Lucio. Oh my god, this tracking. I wish I could do that. That was incredible. Could not secure the kill, though.
This makes me so sad to watch because I know I'll never attain this amount of skill.
And Shoes Money Crew able to take another fight. You know, they're winning fights, but it's really slow going for them. I mean, if Falcons Esports continues to just regroup, drop in, and slow them down, they're going to have no time left when they get to the end of this point here.
I can't help but wonder, though, what would have happened if Falcons Esports would have held onto their ults in that initial push.
You know, that's a great question, Kenny. Maybe the payload wouldn't have even made it this far. Right now, all they've got is Alex2704's bomb. We'll see if she's going to use that defensively to give herself an extra life, or if she's going to go in offensively and try to get some kills.
I love Falcon Esports' rotation here. They always seem to take the high ground initially and then push the attack into Shoes Money Crew.
And it seems to be working for them just fine. It seems like Falcons is always taking it to Shoes and not vice versa, and Shoes always loses because of that.
Shoes Money Crew is a very silly name, and it's hard to say multiple times.
We've got Twirls and Slay just jumping off the side there to reset. They knew they lost that fight. They needed to regroup. So Falcons Esports is pushing further back along the path here, going to try to hold them more towards the gate and prevent more progress.
They're just looking at verticality, Matt. Keeping that high point, holding the bridge. As soon as someone shows their face, though, they're going to drop.
They really are using the high ground effectively. And you know what? They're staying together as a unit for the most part, and that is helping them just secure kills.
Dana going for a crazy play in the back line.
Oh my gosh, ult's coming out like crazy. Lolzish gets a fire strike kill, which everyone hates to see.
Slay trying to make the difference there. Gets a melee kill after the ult.
Falcons have the advantage here still, and they've built up 3 ults now. They still have Alex's bomb. They've got Lolzish, Shatter, and Psycho's missile strike. They have so much opportunity here to continue to win these fights and hold them from getting point B.
The ult economy is overwhelmingly in the advantage of Falcon Esports.
So now we see Shoes Money Crew making some changes. We got Danid switching over to Sombra, thinking maybe this is what they need to get an advantage in a fight. I'll be interested to see how this works out. They're going to need some serious team coordination, and Danid really needs to build up that ult quick if he wants to be able to use it. There's only 1:20 left on the clock.
I love the Sombra change. I wish they would have done this earlier.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's too little too late, Kenny. Again, there's just over a minute left to build this ult up and use it, and unless he gets in there and does some damage, he's just not going to do it.
I think you have to take the fight right now, probably lose, and then have to go in for another fight afterwards.
Oh, wow. Psycho gets a kill on Watery. That was amazing. Oh, my gosh, and the kills are rolling in. This fight is over for Shoes Money Crew. They're going to have to reset again.
And very unfortunately, they don't get a lot out of Falcons there. We've got the Reinhardt and the Diva Bomb ready to go.
Yeah, and Grathen's built up his spin to win, Death Blossom, so they're still looking good on the ult economy. I mean, Shoes Money Crew only has Beat coming up here right now. Nothing else is really close.
I think this map is all but done for.
It doesn't seem promising. Even if they are able to win and push this in, it'll be in overtime, and they're not going to have much time to take the 3rd point. It's going to be near impossible. Here comes Grathen setting up for a drop-down Blossom.
Looking to just finish it by himself.
This is where you got to be careful. You don't want to get too greedy, drop in, and waste an ult. They need to use this to their advantage to secure this win. All right, Grathen dropping
He's
in,
being
going to be
very
behind
cautious.
him. Oh, here comes Sombra with the potential C9. Falcons Esports sees it. They're coming back to point now, but
at least they're taking the fight to him.
Danid's been able to bring this almost across the bridge now, which is huge. This is going to change geography of the fight, and it's going to potentially...
Big ults coming up from Shoes.
Here we go. Twirls coming in. Just going to try to do some damage and maybe use the ult to get out.
A big shatter, though.
Big shatter. Lucio's going down. Oh, he gets killed by Psycho. Good follow-up damage. The Ant Matrix dropped right on point, too.
Twirls gets the kill on Grathen.
Coalescence coming in. Oh, but Beat right against it. I think this is going to be 2 ults. Oh, Moira gets booped off the side by Dala.
Oh,
huge
no.
play. Oh, and the Sombra does build it up. She uses the ult. They're going to push it in.
I think they have it.
Oh, my gosh.
Against all odds, Twirls absolutely went apeshit there.
The kills close it out, and they're able to move forward. Oh, they still have half a meter to go. They got to finish. Okay, there it is. All right, but they only have 1.5 minutes to get from here to the very end of the map. They cannot lose a single team fight.
The tank lines, especially the Divas, still making the difference in these fights. I really like the Sombra change, and she was the swing on that fight.
It was effective, but again, too little too late. We've got almost a minute left here to get this from here all the way to the end. They cannot lose a single fight.
This is going to be a crazy push.
Lethal has switched back over to the Junkrat comfort pick, just trying to throw in some spam damage.
You've been doing this whole game. I really don't love it, Matt.
It hasn't been working very well, and I don't think it's going to be an improvement here. Reinhardt's built up his Shatter. We're going to see if he can use this effectively. He's looking for that Rhine shield to drop.
I think Psycho's just going to close this out right now.
Oh, he gets stunned and almost killed. Hades, wow, that was so close.
Psycho looks for the backline once again.
Falcons
Can he get a pick, though? He gets hacked!
Pushing them off.
They need to take him down right there. That is sloppy team play.
Here comes Lethal pushing in. Uh-oh, the Ant Matrix right in his face, though. This is going to be brutal for him.
The satchel charge gets absolutely dicked by Diva's Ant Matrix.
And Trolls takes out Dala. That's big. So they only have the Baptiste left in support right now. Oh my gosh, huge tire. Looks like Shoes is going to take this and start pushing.
Lethal is so hit or miss with those tires, but this one lands.
And you know what? Shoes Money Crew, their whole team is up right now. This is their opportunity. They have a Sombra ult made. We can get a big hack here, maybe to set up a clean team fight.
I think it has to be a great ult.
The really unfortunate thing here is that they're going to finish probably without time, which means that they cannot win this map. They will only be able to draw if they can even close this out.
But they are looking to do it.
Yeah, Lethal and Danid getting some kills here.
Big Diva Bomb. Ryan shields it up.
All right, Hades has got his Shatter here. He's got to find a good opportunity to use it to try to close this out. That's the only ult they've got built right now, and nothing else is really close.
Psycho quickly went for the Torbjorn there.
Oh, and we've got Grathan teleporting into the back line, and he just drops the ult immediately.
Psycho's dead. That was such a weird change.
Oh, he gets hacked out of it and killed before he can take out any of the back line. That was huge for Shoes Money Crew.
Shoes Money Crew is looking huge at the end of this map.
I think they're going to be able to finish this. They got to secure a couple kills here. They got to get Lucio off the point, and there they are. They finish it. Round 2's complete.
I think the big change there was not the Moira that we saw at the beginning, but Danid going to Sombra.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, they had 0 time left on the clock, which means that they don't even get a chance here. Now we got to fill 30 seconds of time while we wait for them to...
That's absolutely disgusting to me, Matt.
All right, so we got Falcons Esports on attack here. All they got to do is take point A, I think, or a tick of point A in order to win this.
I think Shoes just has to facilitate that Sombra pick. I want to see them looking to isolate targets and take them out quickly.
Yeah, and you know what? They're going
they switch
for
off of it.
A McCree on damage now. Lethal's all over the place. It doesn't feel like he's confident in what he's doing, and he's a little bit lost right now. So we're going to be looking for him to get some kills here, and if he doesn't, I think that might be the catalyst that Falcons Esports needs to just win this first point.
The closer these two teams mirror each other, the less I like it for Shoes Money Crew.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And it looks like that's the only difference here, Lethal and Grathan. And Grathan's been having so much success on the Reaper. There's no reason to change, and they have no answer for him right now.
Absolutely. It's not even that I dislike Danid's Doomfist, but Psycho's just looking like a monster out there. I have to say, Twals so far has been tilting the scales in their favor on the Diva matchup against Falcons Esports.
Yeah, but to no avail, right? Even with the advantage there, the Falcons as a unit seems to be playing better. They're pushing through the opening gate right now. All they got to do is find one good team fight win, and they can get 1 point, 1 tick on this point, and win this match. Oh, and Psycho with
Psycho
immediate
immediately
kill
demonstrates what I was talking about there.
Grathan teleports out, saves himself, back to full health now. This is looking really bad for Shoes Money Crew. Oh my god, they don't even touch their C9 again. That's twice in a row.
What were they thinking there?
Falcons wins point 2. It's 2-0 Falcons. Shoes Money Crew is looking lost.
Just looked like a comfort pick there, potentially, on the Cassidy being picked up from Shoes Money Crew, but I didn't see it happening there at all.
Nope, they got rolled over. They have no confidence right now, and something's going to have to change if they want to turn this around.
I think it's really sad, and they're probably going to lose.
Yep, bunch of losers. More after this.
Well, what an experience that was.
Yeah, it was an experience for sure. It was a lot of fun, I have to say.
Yeah.
I definitely...
Yeah, my first instinct afterwards, it's definitely something that I would do again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like there's obviously a lot of practice and preparing you can do to make that smoother and better. Because it is tough.
This was something I was thinking of before I did any of the casting at all. I was just like, knowing the names of the players, knowing the names of the teams, and knowing the names of characters and abilities, which we do know, but we don't know all the abilities. Because a lot of times when we're playing the game, we'll be like, Reaper ult coming up, or something like that. Reaper's looking to ult. And you're not thinking Reaper's looking to drop and use his Death Lotus.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, like the actual names of every single... And you think about that, like how many different individual moves are there in the game that you would have to have memorized to really be able to say that. And along with that, then you've got, too, like the community terms for some of that stuff, too, you know, that you can use in place of those. So having all of that memorized to a point where you can just spit it out on the fly is an impressive thing.
Some of it you get for free. Like, when you say Diva Bomb, you do not have to say she's using her self-destruct.
Right.
You just say, like, Diva Bomb is perfectly fine. We would use it in-game we use it on the cast. That's totally fine. But then there are some things where it's like not acceptable, like the Cassidy stun. Like you would want to say flashbang, preferably.
Yeah. Well, and the Cassidy thing in general, like I'm still not
you
even
said
used
McCree.
to that. Yeah, that McCree is no longer the name. So yeah, there's all sorts of little stuff like that. Yeah, kudos to the people for being able to do it well.
It does make me think it's even crazier, the League of Legends folks, because
So
Overwatch
much
has, 40 heroes?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And League has 160. And they each have 4 different abilities plus a passive ability.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a lot to remember.
plus items and all of that as well. That's and summoner spell. Like, there's so much that you have to learn for that. And this already was like too much information.
I have a respect for watching these matches. I'm very, very curious with the casters if they get the exact same feed we do or if they have something different. But like, you're so dependent on what they're giving you from camera angles and stuff.
Definitely.
Like that totally drives what you're talking about.
Definitely.
And if you wanted to do some more in-depth casting, you would have to have like multiple viewpoints at a time, maybe have the full map view, like a bunch of different things you're kind of looking at to really be able to talk about at larger scale.
Well, here's a question I have for you, because I have my own opinion on this. How did it feel watching a game? Because we've watched plenty of professional Overwatch. How did it feel? Did it feel different watching a game when you're casting it versus just watching a game for fun?
A little bit, but I would say like it felt kind of like watching it to try to learn from it in a lot of ways, because you're literally trying to I was trying to call out as much of that play-by-play as I could, and try to observe and spit out what they were doing and potentially why they were doing it.
That makes sense.
So I think it definitely is different in that sense. You're a little bit more intense about scrutinizing what you're seeing. You're not necessarily just having it in front of you and not absorbing it.
Yeah. I get that to a degree, because I was definitely drinking in more information than I would normally. But I felt like just completely, I don't know, like ADHD almost. Like I couldn't focus on anything because my eyes are constantly darting around looking for more information. Mm-hmm. So I'm like constantly looking at ult timers, teams, who's alive, who's dead, who used what, where are they, looking down again and seeing where the point's at, how much time is left. Like my eyes were just going crazy, more so than if I were just playing the game.
And you almost feel like you're actually observing less of the match because of that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I don't know. It made me focus more on what's the overall story of this game that's going on, and less on the game itself. Sure. I feel like.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. You're focused on that minutia, so you couldn't get kind of the broader sense of the match.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely the part I had the most fun with was trying to. And I know this a little bit just from following casters. They always talk about what's the story. And these two teams, we should say, we know nothing about.
Yeah, literally know nothing.
So, like, there probably is a story here that they were trying to spin that we didn't know. But it was fun to kind of create that as we went along.
Yeah.
And the easiest version of that is who seems to be dominating at the particular moment.
Right. Yeah, we have no idea if there's history there and if Falcons Esports actually is the better team typically, or if this is like a complete flip of their normal matchups.
I did see at the end of match 1, the beginning of match 2, there was a little poll that popped up on screen just asking the fans, who do you like? And even though Falcons won the first map, they were only 45% of people said they were going to.
More people said Shoes.
So maybe Falcons was like super underdogs.
Was tearing it up.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But just looking at, I mean, that's kind of cool as well because we were unbiased. Just looking at it, I don't know. Falcons did seem just pretty dominant across the games that we watched.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like Falcons was good or if Shoes was off. Like, I definitely think that Shoes Money Crew on the damage side, as we were talking about in there, like there was some lacking there. Like, they switched champions a lot. They didn't really seem to find anything that was working for them.
Yeah.
And there definitely did seem to be like the tank line for Falcons was just always up and pushing.
Yeah.
But again, I don't necessarily know.
We're just looking at these particular games.
Yeah.
Man, it really is a pet peeve of mine when, like, you have two teams and one is clearly winning and one they're just picking the exact same champions.
Yeah, they're not doing anything.
I hate that so much. It's like, what's the worst that could happen if you changed everything up? You'd still lose?
Well, it seems like bad pre-game planning, right? Like, it seems like something you would talk about.
Well,
it's like, okay, if this isn't working, what do we want to move to? What are our rotations here? What do we want to look for?
It's like a combo of good pre-game planning, because it seems like both teams agreed these are the best comps to bring to the table.
But then it's not working, so you need to do something.
Yeah, if you can't over-execute, just go for something cheesy at least, you know?
Yeah.
Just go counter picks across the board, something.
Yeah. Try something.
Yeah. That's pretty fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, like you said, the story thing I think is cool to have some of that going into it. Like having the history of the teams and their matchups and things like that. It would have been nice to know players specifically.
Definitely.
And I think if we ever commented on an Overwatch League match that we hadn't watched together, we would have a better
That'd
time
be the
with
ideal version of it.
Yeah. Well, like we would at least know some of the names and some of that history there.
So a couple things we should do in the future, I think. For Overwatch, we should both like watch the games leading up to like the grand finals and then cast. That way we have some of that more information, more familiarity going into it.
Yeah.
And then we were also talking about casting things that neither of us are familiar with.
I think that would be great.
Would be fun. I think it would also be fun to cast some League of Legends because you are vaguely aware of things.
Sure.
And then I could take play-by-play and you could jump in with the color
Beautiful
commentary. I think that would be really good.
All right. Yeah, no, I would love all of that. I think there's lots of opportunities for different things that we can comment on. It'd be fun.
Sweet. Well, if you're still here, God bless you. I don't know if there's an audience for this episode for anybody, but we'll probably make more just because it was fun.
Uh-huh.
All right. I have been Kenny.
I'm Matt.
We're the Intangibles.